Alright guys, welcome back. So, this is the continuation of the exploring series, and today we're going to be taking a look at Titanfall 1's map called Nexus. Here's the description. IMC forces move in to pacify a backwater agricultural outpost suspected of harbouring militia personnel. Now, I have gone through a lot of different maps to find areas that people can go to that you usually don't. And a lot of these maps don't really have those kind of areas. For example, Airbase, I had a look on that map, and the areas I did find are typically areas that you end up in throughout the game. As well as Outpost 207, Corporate, and some other maps. So I don't know if I'm going to do every single map, but if you guys do want me to do that, then please let me know, and I will take a look through some of the other details on the map. Yeah, I might also skip over the Titanfall 2 maps as well. Rise, Relic, Colony, War Games, Angel City. I think those are the only maps on here that are in Titanfall 2. But, yeah, enough said. Let me equip my burn cards, and then we'll go straight into the map and take a look around. Let's get double agent so grunts don't target me. And yeah, let's jump straight into it. Just got to wait for that timer to go down. Any second now. Alright, here we go. We're loading in. 3, 2, 1, mark. Right, let's select our double agent.
Okay, buddy, this is a strike mission. Get in there and kill every IMC battery
Okay.
you run into. It's real simple. Good luck.
So we are here on Nexus. I do like this map. Now, one thing I don't like about Titanfall 2 is that there's a lot less maps than there is in Titanfall 1. I think there's half the amount of maps, which is kind of sad. It would have been nice to see some of these maps taken over into Titanfall 2. Now, something some people don't know about this map is there is these zip lines that go all throughout into that center tower. So if we jump up here. Now, if you did this in an actual multiplayer game, you'd probably get beamed out of the sky. But a lot of the locations we're going to be showing you guys today do actually revolve around these zip lines. You notice they take you out to random locations on the outskirts of the map that no one really goes to. So we'll be taking a look at those. Yeah, so there's quite a lot of area around the main center of the map. Now, most people just typically stick within these buildings. They stay within the small town here. They don't really go outside unless they're doing Titan combat, but most of the time people stick around the center. There's also these giant agricultural towers. It's what they appear to be, given the description of the map. But you see here there's a small rocky area back here. Nothing too crazy. Oh, I'm going to struggle to get back up on these zip lines. Here we go. Those agricultural towers do just appear to be larger versions of those, I think. Alright, let's go down this way. And here we go. We're on top of this tower. Now, I don't really see people up here. Yeah, why there's grass up here, I don't know. But yeah, it's a nice little location. Again, like I mentioned in the last video, perfect for camping. If you are a camper, then just come up here. You've got a perfect overview of the rooftops, which is where people tend to be in Titanfall. They tend to be on the roofs, because that's where you end up half the time. So let's jump down from here. There's a lot of area to explore around here. Lots of open ground. You can't go through those tunnels from what I know. Yep. You can't go through them. Now, typically, when you're playing IMC, you do spawn near this building at the start of the game. There's not really anything crazy about this building. We go over here, it's another one of these agricultural towers. But yeah, there's a lot of just open ground around the outside of this map that no one really ever goes to. Main reason is, obviously, all the fighting happens primarily with inside the town. So there's not much of a reason to go out here. Which is unfortunate because there's a lot of just area that isn't really explored half the time. We're going to head over back here. Again, more zip lines going straight up to the center tower, which is quite a distance away. So if you are, well, if you do find yourself out here and you want to get back into the town, you can jump on top of one of these somehow and find your way back over to the combat zone. But, you know, you're not really going to find a lot of people out in this area. Now, this is one of these buildings that you can find. I believe you can find these in Apex Legends. You can also find these in some of the other maps. I believe this building is present on the map Colony. And I also think there's one in Angel City. Well, it's kind of a hybrid. It's one of these attached to another one. So if you jump back up here, you'll notice there is a door down there. And I'll show you where and how you get to that from within the town. Also on top of this building there is a dropship. I can't remember the exact name for these. I believe one of them's called, the militia one's called a goblin, I think. Or this one's called a goblin, I can't remember. There is two different names for the Titanfall ships, or the dropships. You see we've got the Apex Predator logo, or symbol, whatever you want to call it. Now if we drop down here into this air tower, there's a few, some graffiti here. But if you do find yourself in here, there is an underground area that you can go into. Right under here, there's some generators. There's also these square holes that you can drop down through if you're getting chased by a Titan. And then, of course, this leads you back out to that door that I pointed out earlier. But if you do ever find yourself here and you are getting pressured by Titans, just jump down here and you should be safe to escape. And then you can run your way back up here. And then you can get out back into the town. Now there is another building here, no one really goes to it. People do tend to jump on top of this building a lot, but at least from my gameplay experience, I haven't really seen anyone go inside the building. Like I mentioned before, there's these areas that I go to, there's not really much point in being in them. You know, a lot of people that play Titanfall, they tend to be on the walls, they tend to be jumping on top of the buildings. That's what the gameplay is all about. It's the purpose of the movement. But if you're like me and you play as a grunt occasionally, then, you know, these buildings might be useful to you. There's another one of these buildings here. People do go in this one. I have seen them in there before. It happens often. There's more areas back here. You've got these small... What are these? Some sort of storage area for food. There's a couple of these laying around the map. Again, no one really goes to these areas because there's no point in going to them. You can also go inside this building. People tend to not go in here as well. Most areas you find people in are towards the center of the map because that's where all the fighting happens. But you can actually go inside here. There's a number of details. Some agriculture. Some vegetation. You can also go up here, which is another nice touch, which you don't see people going to, like I mentioned. It's not the center of the map. It's not where the fighting happens. People tend to avoid it completely. or for the most part. You can also get on top of these, although it can be a bit of a pain to get up to. Most people do get up here using Titans. It's well, it seems to be impossible actually getting up here on foot. So if you've got a Titan, you can eject and just land yourself right up there. There's a nice little Titanfall. I wonder if this is an Easter egg for Titanfall 2 or something. Maybe someone try and search it up in the Google Translate and see if that comes up as anything. Go here, jump up. Right, onto the tower. Again, another good camping spot for you campers out there. But we're not going to spend a whole lot of time up here. And yeah, I mean, for Nexus, that's basically it. It's mainly just the outskirts of the map that no one really goes to, and some unique areas that you don't find yourself in a lot of the time. The center of the map, there's a lot of buildings you can go inside. Again, not much people go inside them. Hardpoint domination, one of the hardpoints spawn inside this building. Yeah, I mean, that is really it. That is really it. Not a whole lot of crazy areas for this map. Just the outskirts. Some nice areas you can go to escape. Yeah, guys, I think that is really it. So, I'll be uploading this video sometime soon. And, yeah, I'll get on to the next map and we'll have a look around and see what we find. So, I guess, until the next one, thank you all for watching and take care.